What's happening, everybody? All right, so I had a question from my buddy Quick Break and his dad on adjusting the springs on the primary jets for one of these Edelbrock carburetors, either AVS2 or the Performer, basically the same thing. Also, as far as accelerator pump positioning, now keep in mind this is a 400 cubic inch engine. This is an AVS2 650, so it's gonna like a little bit heavier accelerator pump squirt, and that's why you have that linkage on the very inside or very top hole, as you can see here. Gives you the highest movement of the accelerator pump plunger. So anyway, getting back to the springs, you're going to need one of these. This is a T15 Torx. And yes, this is one of the ones that was stuck in my wife's fender well over Jeep for a couple of years. Glad to see this guy make it back to the party. Anyway, I've already loosened up this little trap door. This is the two bolts you're going to be loosening there and there. Keep in mind, these are just finger tight. Do not try to over tighten them. And as you turn the little trap door around, that little guy's going to want to pop up. Now, here's your spring cup here. And you can see the needle attached to it. What I would suggest here, I like to use these little hooks. Just helps you come in here and grab these things. Try to do this one-handed and through the camera. This is pretty funny. Anyway, lets you grab it. God, there we go. So there's your needle and cup, and there's your spring right down there. It may also help to grab a magnet on a stick to go ahead and pull that spring out. Now, the spring that I'm using is the plain spring. It doesn't have any coating or any colors associated with it. This is going to be the 8-inch or 8 inches of Mercury Spring in that kit. This would be a shot of the stock springs that came out of the carburetor. I think these are either 4-inch or 5-inch. I'm not really sure. The higher the inch number, the faster that needle is going to be pulled out of the jet. It's going to help it go richer quicker for your power enrichment mode. Installation is just the opposite of removal. We're just going to drop our spring in on that spring cup side. You then take your needle and spring cup and just reinstall it. Really nothing to it. Turn this thing around. See if I can do this one-handed. Hey, look at that. And there you go. Tighten her down and she's good to go. Couple of tips. Don't force this thing into the jet. Just barely sit it down in there. Don't try to jam the thing in there. If you have to force it, it's going in the wrong way. You could potentially damage that needle. Tighten her back down to just finger tight. And that's it. That's a wrap. Nothing else to do with it. Take her out, take her for a buzz, and that lean bog should be fairly well mitigated. If it's not, may have to rejet the secondaries. Anyway, hopefully that helped you out. Again, linkage, accelerator pump right there. And these are the two that you need to switch. And yes, you have to do the two of them, and you need to use the same spring on both of them. Only use one spring, do not stack springs. I think that's all I can think of. Hopefully that helps you out. That's a wrap.